All right, let's go. Here we go, all my Drake fans. It's finally here, The Heart Part 6, bar breakdown, lyrics explained. Now, the reason I delayed doing this one is because of what happened the next day at Drake's home, the shooting of the security guard and all those things. I didn't know where that was going, so I wasn't even sure I wanted to do this, but it didn't turn out to be too crazy, so we're gonna do it. A lot has happened since Drake dropped this record. A lot has changed. If you don't know about the Twitter and Ebony Prince account, that seems to have a lot of information. I'm going to address that at the end of the video, towards the end of the video, because I see it differently than everybody else is seeing it at this point. But without further ado, let's start breaking down these bars. I think it's an underrated, extremely underrated song. It's just that Drake, he dropped it at the wrong time. I understand why he dropped it. I just think he should have waited and crafted it a little better and marketed it a little better, and it would have landed like it should have. He also didn't take the time to go over the song as thoroughly as he needed to because the pressure was on him. Let's be honest, Not Like That is Not Like Us is the #1 record in the country and in the world. So anyway, without further ado, let's get down to these bars. The Heart, Part 6. Let's get it.
Pulitzer Prize winner is definitely spiraling. I got your fucking lines tapped, I swear that I'm dialed in. First I was a rat, so where's the proof of the trial then? Where's the paperwork of the cabinet is filed in? 1090 Jake would've took all the walls down. The streets would've had me hiding out in a small town. My Montreal connects stand up, not fall down. The ones that you get and get stories from, they all clowns. I am a war general.
Now, everything he says should have landed because it is true, okay? If everything Kendrick is alleging is fake, then he is spiraling and he's grasping at straws. Now, starting from I got your lines tapped and I'm dialed in, bar, that's fire for one. But as we go through the song, he's saying something, but it didn't come across correctly in the way he continues to write and reference it, right? When he says, I got your lines tapped, I'm dialed in. Because he's saying, I have a mole in your camp, and you think you have a mole in mine, but the mole in mine is really a mole in your camp as well, because it's the mole that feeds you fake information. Like, he didn't explain that correctly. And the Montreal Connect, at the end of the Family Matters video, he's talking to one of the Hells Angels. That's what I surmise. And Montreal is supposed to be like the epicenter or the headquarters of the Hells Angels in Canada. So that's what that is referring to. Now, what that ended up being, I'm not going to get into. I do have some ideas as far as what took place on Tuesday and things like that, but that's all speculation, so I'm not going to get into that. This is not a gossip channel. Let's continue.
Season in preparation, my jacket is covered in medals, honor and decoration. You waited for this moment, overcome with the desperation. We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information. A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in that Venice studio, it's a celebration. You gotta learn to fact check things and be like,
okay, I am a war general seasoned in preparation. He's basically he's telling us what we already know. Drake has been through many beefs, won most of them, lost the biggest one to Pusha T. Now, when we plotted a week and then we fed you the information, this is where it gets tricky because, like everybody points out, he says the people he listens to is all clowns. Now, he's speaking about two different groups of people, okay? When he's talking about the clowns, he's more talking about the Weeknd's people, Cash, and all the people who have former ties with Drake or who are enemies of Drake feeding Kendrick the information. What he was addressing as far as the snitch allegations and the young girls allegations. He's not talking about the daughter. He's saying he fed Kendrick the daughter allegations because it comes from the Pusha T battle. He was hiding the son, so we're gonna feed him that I'm hiding the daughter too, and he'll bite on that. Now, that did not come across clear in the way he crafted the bars. It's because the song was rushed. Let's just be honest. The song should have been longer, and he should have separated that into separate verses. It's all crammed into a standard length song. That's where it's a mistake in the battle, period, point blank. I don't think he made a mistake in the bars. the bars are not clear.
Less impatient, your fans are rejoicing, thinking this is my expiration. Even the picture you use, the jokes and the medication, the Maybach glove and the drug he uses for less inflation. Master manipulator, you bid on a speculation. You dumb and reactive, nigga, I'm petty with dedication. What about the bones we dug up in that excavation? And why isn't Whitney denying all of the allegations? Why is she following Dave Free and not Mr. Morale?
Okay, we're going to address what he said last first about Whitney addressing the allegations. That does need to happen at some point. Kendrick is rolling out an album. That's when I guess that probably happens. Okay, now whether it's a true denial and that's, again, we don't know unless Drake has some concrete proof. He has yet to provide. Again, I don't think this battle is over because I just don't think he's going to take this like the way it ended. All right, but the planting of the information in the cover art for 616 in LA and Meet the Grams. Now, Maybach glove and the drug he uses for less inflation. Now, that's a direct shot at Rick Ross. I don't know how everybody's kind of missing that. Master manipulator, you bit on the speculation. Again, here's the thing. Here's what's happening, okay? Now, first, master manipulator is a callback to Euphoria, where he called him a master manipulator. And like I said, that was kind of a tough accusation, but he's leaning into it. And now he's saying, and if you look at everything and how it's happening, especially now I'm going to get into the Ebony Prince account, right, from Twitter. The thing that makes everything I've seen about it, I've watched some videos, I've went to the account, I see everything that the person is posting. The thing that makes it weird to me is the inclusion of academics. I don't understand that at all. I don't know if the person is trying to say academics was there. That doesn't make any sense. But okay, anything is possible. However, what if this situation, because of the timing, right? Like Kendrick and them basically they've won. So there's no reason for this to continue on their side. What if Ebony Prince is Drake instead? And this is all a big thing, again, manipulation of the public to prove that he planted the information that Kendrick and them used in that image. This is very possible because he says, I'm petty with dedication. Like, so I don't know if this is that or not. Who knows? This could be the mole that Drake had in Kendrick's camp in the first place. We don't know that Kendrick has all those items. We know it's a picture. Somebody could have just sent him the picture and pointed out what everything was. All that is going to be revealed, but that's what he's kind of alluding to. Now, whether it's a flat out lie, that will be proven real easy, because if whoever Ebony Prince is not on Drake's team, then of course we know Drake is just trying to do a bunch of damage control. But anyway, let's continue.
You haven't seen the kids in 6 months, the distance is wild. Dave leaving heart emojis underneath pics of the child. Speaking of anything with a child, let's get to that now. This Epstein angle was the shit I expected. TikTok videos you collected and dissected. Instead of being on some misdirect shit, you rather fucking grab your pen and misdirect shit.
Now, okay, first things first, the Epstein angle and all of that he's saying. I do think that he definitely thought Kendrick was coming with that. Because he had plans to address it now. And he's gotten all the girls to refute that they felt uncomfortable with him or that he was a PDF file or any of those kind of things. So that, I'm going to give him points on that one. At the Whitney thing, I already addressed it. He gets points on that one. Okay. And the way he crafted it and the way he pointed to what could seem like proof with the Dave Free, like in the picture of the kids and her not following Kendrick. Now, again, I don't know why you would follow somebody on social media that you live with. I've never done it's weird to me. But he was going good, especially with the TikTok videos you collected and dissected. That's good because, again, TikTok is full of erroneous information. Drake's camp could also have people make TikTok videos to plant erroneous information. So that does lean into his whole angle in this song. The problem is, instead of being on some diss direct-ish, he shouldn't have said that because he's the one who brought Whitney's name into this battle. That's not a direct diss. You shouldn't have brought, again, he did the same thing. I said it when I recapped push-ups, when I broke down the lyrics. You started that. You brought the families in first. And you're strengthening what Kendrick said in the last verse in Meet the Grams. That is a mistake in this song. Let's continue.
My mom came over today and I was like, mother, wait a second. That's that one record where you say you got molested. Oh, fuck me, I just made the whole connection. This about to get so depressing. This is trauma from your own confessions. This when your father leave you home alone with no protection, so neglected. That's why these pedophile raps and shit you so obsessed with, it's so excessive. They acting like it's so aggressive, but you just never known affection. I don't wanna dish you anymore. This really got me second guessing.
Okay, so there now the clear line that is the mistake is that's that record where you say you got molested. But before that, he says you'd rather grab your pen and misdirect-ish. He should have, now that can go together, right? Because all he had to do was, now I'm gonna start misdirecting the truth. But because he did it in such a short span and spitting the bars, it doesn't come across the same way. As though what Drake is doing is now misdirecting what Mother Sober is about. So it sounds like you just made a mistake and you didn't listen to the song correctly, or you never listened to the song at all, and you missed the whole point that he was talking about his mother going through that and not him, and how it affected his childhood. So this is where, again, the problem and the way Drake lost his battle is he rushed this record out. I'm sorry, Drake fans, that's just the truth. Can he regroup? It is possible. It is not likely. But anyway, let's continue.
Got me second guessing. Touch My Body by Mariah Carey play, you probably start reflecting. I never been with no one underage, but now I understand why this the angle that you really mess with. Just for clarity, I feel disgusted. I'm too respected. If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested, but that's not the lesson. Clearly there's a deeper message. Deep cuts that never healed and now they got infected. Like if Dave really fucked your girl and got her pregnant. Talk about breeding resentment.
Now, that breeding resentment bar is the bar of this battle. And I know Kendrick has 1,000 bars that are deeper than that and are much better than that, but I'm just on face value. As far as digestibility is concerned, as far as what's going to touch and hit the most people, that is probably the best bar of the whole battle. Okay, talk about breeding resentment. That was crazy the way he went there with that. But outside of that, that whole section of bars is bad timing with what is happening with Sean Puffy Combs, with what has happened with R. Kelly. I'm too famous to be doing this and not be caught by now. That's not gonna land. And Drake is a smarter artist than that. If they would have took time and listened to this song correctly, they would have known that section that's not gonna go over well. Because there's obviously people who are very famous who have been getting away with this for a while, right? So that's the third mistake to me in this song. But let's continue, because he's rapping wise, subject matter wise, this would have been a good comeback. It would have. First of all, he dropped it too soon and he didn't craft it like he needed to. At this point, the records have to be long, especially the tone of this record. This should have been another 6-minute record. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's go.
Not sure how to ease the sentiment, the shit's too intimate. I'm praying you recover from both incidents, but you a piece of shit, so this shit really no coincidence. Drake is not a name that you gon' see on no sex offender list. Easy does it. You mentioned an A minor, but niggas gotta be sharp and tell the fans who was it. You thought you left D flat, D major.
Okay, because like that is so hot, that didn't hit like it should have and like it would have if he would have brought that back a couple weeks later or a week and a half later. 10 days, give it 10 days. And flipping the A minor into those bars right there, that would have hit a lot harder. Pause. But because he didn't, it fell flat actually, which is ironic. Now, when he says Easy does it, he's referring to NWA and Eazy-E had allegations against them for assault. When he says sex offenders list, again, those were allegations. I don't think any of that was proven. Eazy-E's son, Lil Easy, also had allegations in his entourage of the same thing. So that's why he says Easy does it. It's a dig at the West, and it's slick, but it's not enough because of the other errors in the song. But let's continue.
Slit your throat with the razor and do Rick Ross air like that one flight from Malaysia. I'm your baby mama screensaver. Only fucking with witnesses. grounds. I never look twice at no teenager. I'm a fucking hit maker, dog, not a peacemaker. Yeah, bullets that I'm stuffing in each chamber. Your ass in extreme danger. Stop buying views and buy comments.
Look, listen. At the end of the day, this channel is about the rapping and the lyrics. That Millie Bobby Brown, man, come on. That effing with Whitney, it's not Millie Bobby Brown. That is crazy. Drake, you wasted a lot of good material in just a timing situation. I'm a hit maker, dog, not a peacemaker. So I'm a person who make hits or put hits out on people. I don't make peace. That's all of that. Bullets I'm stuffing in each chamber. You in extreme danger. Stop buying views and bot comments. Now he flipped that and see that fell flat. Nobody's paying attention because the other mistakes stood out so much. It's insane, but it just doesn't land because of all the other nonsense. But let's continue.
May as well keep the paper. Shit you about to need for later. I give a fuck about your streaming data. You could drop 100 more records. I'll see you later. Yeah, maybe when you meet your maker. I don't wanna fight with a woman beater. It feeds your nature. If you still bumping R. Kelly, you could thank the savior. Said if they deleted his music and your music is going to a hypocrite. I don't understand why these people praise you. Sounding like you sent him commissary when he needs some paper. Album dropping soon, no wonder you turn a clout chaser instead of doing hard labor. Nigga, I see you when I see you like Fantasia. Whitney, you can hit me if you need a favor. And when I say I hit your back, it's a lot safer. I promise.
See, and like I said, he rushed his approach because I think he would have probably dropped Easter eggs on what he's accusing Kendrick of if he has them. And then if you do that and then you come in with this song, all of that hits a lot harder with the people, pause again, and works better in your favor and puts Kendrick back on defense or on defense. Well, back on defense because after Taylor Made, he was on defense. But he went on offense. And very well, I might add. So there we have it. Now I'm going to play the last part because I didn't play it in the reaction. And I'll talk about everything that's going on with the speculation on Drake. Let's continue.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, this shit was some good exercise. Like, it's good to get out, get the pen working. You would be a worthy competitor if I was really a predator and you weren't fucking lying to every blogger and editor, but it is what it is. You definitely got this shit burnt the fuck out though. Like, you got 10 more records to drop. The one before the last one, we finessed you into telling a story that doesn't even exist. And then you go and drop the West Coast one to try and cover that up. I would like that one. That would be some shit I could dance to if you wasn't tripling down on some whole other bullshit. But, you know, at least your fans are getting some raps out of you. I'm happy I can motivate you, bring you back to the game, like, you know. But just let me know when we're getting to the facts. Everything in my shit is facts. I'm waiting on you to return the favor, like.
Now, this is where he sounded not only like he was trying to get out of the rest of the battle or slow Kendrick down, but he also sounded like he was a bit defeated and disappointed, right? Now, I don't think that he thought that that would stop Kendrick from dropping any more records at all. So whether he was admitting defeat or not, I don't think so. I think he was just trying to slow everything down. But I don't think any of that talking, I think it hurt the record even more because now you seem like you're trying to downplay the number one record in the country. You're trying to downplay his angle. You can't do that while it's at its peak, while it's at its hottest. People are just now digesting everything Kendrick did. Trying to downplay it right away, that was not good strategy. It wasn't. And as far as everything that's going on now, the only way Drake, in my opinion, survives this is if none of it is true. It's all a hoax, and somehow he's behind it, as he suggested in this song. A lot of people have been suggesting that has to be true. Now, this could all be nonsense, but if it's some truth to any of it on either side, and honestly, if whatever they're talking about, whatever Ebony Prince is talking about on Twitter, it seems like some real crazy stuff. but it can honestly not be much at all. It could be somebody just clout chasing, trying to get attention too. I think everybody's kind of, everybody's excited, so we kind of missing that point that none of this could be a person talking about absolutely nothing. It could be some airport worker or hotel worker who stole a suitcase or just has items that were left after a stay in a hotel and is trying to turn it into something. So all of that's possible. But this was the bar breakdown. Drake fans, I told you I was going to do it. I'm not going to be biased. But this was hard to wade through all the nonsense. I had to let everything die down and just put this out. And hopefully y'all check it out. Share the good parts. Reflect on the bad parts of the song because they're there. But anyway, it's your boy, Professor Lex Beats. Bar breakdowns, lyrics explained. Like, share the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, trying to keep growing. Thank y'all for watching as always. We out.